Greetings, my fellow servants of the God Emperor. It is the Ash Heritor, and welcome back to Rogue Trader. My apologies for the delay, once again. It was a busy couple of weeks, and unfortunately the latest patch kind of broke my game. Not sure if it's an issue with the few mods that I had or what, but it was getting stuck loading at 41% just to get into the game itself, so I actually don't think it was a mod issue. But anyways, you could revert the patch. So we are not on the new patch, just to make that perfectly clear. But anyways, so in the previous episode, we kind of discovered a little bit about what's going on here on the planet. The Jester...
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Seems to be the villain behind a lot of what's happening here. The Imperial Governor may have just been a puppet in a greater game. We're going to continue exploring this mystery. I just checked my map here, and there was supposed to be some loot right here somewhere, but I am not seeing it. Interesting. So I'm not really sure where we're supposed to go from here.
Rise
Can we talk
to
to the
top,
knights?
or get left in the dust.
Ah, here's some loot, regardless. Okay, nothing overly useful. So we did take part in the little guessing game, however, it's kind of a bit of a misclick that made me end it early, which, in all honesty, I think is fine. Cyrene was not really vibing with that. Now we gotta figure out where the hell we go from here. We also need to heal Cyrene.
Fate and fortune favor the
Can do some medicine here. I'd rather just use a basic-ass med kit for this, so let me quickly swap one of them in. I'm not even sure I have basic-ass med kits anymore. No, we do still have a few. Okay. So we'll quickly patch up Cyrene. Unfortunately, Kibella has head trauma. Not much we can do about that. Yeah, I bet we can, but I'm not going to waste one of my injury reduction abilities. So we have to... What do we do? What do we do here right now? I need to... Maeve has survived. She might be able to shed some light on the madness taking place here. I guess we talk to Maeve. That's good. Where are you at? There you are. Are you ready, my celestial lady? Take us to the castle. Okay. I hear and obey, my celestial lady. We can have her, we can threaten to execute her, but we will not be doing that. Please. Maeve breaks off as Solomorn walks by, brushing past her with the shoulder before examining the elevator with the fault-finding eye. Not daring to speak again, the young woman makes a gesture of invitation and steps onto the platform herself. No sooner have you stepped onto the elevator than a short metallic clang comes from somewhere above you. I have a bad feeling about this. Uh-oh. Oops. Oh, so we're separated from the party. Okay. It's just us and Solomorn and Maeve. Whoopsie. So this is a little suspicious. I don't know, this looks a little chaosy. That looks rather chaosy, I'm gonna say. Alright, Bluff.
I hope you enjoyed my bloodthirsty menagerie.
You instantly recognize the spiteful voice and the cocky smirk of the fool's mask. The arm that was mauled by the cyber mastiff at their first meeting hangs limply. He has not even bothered to bandage it.
Still acting the buffoon. Some people never learn.
So hold on. Solomorn gestures behind his back to the cyber mastiff, sending him off on a circuit along the wall. A pulsing light draws your attention. Against the far wall, an old man stands behind an ominous-looking altar. The heavily augmented man stares in wonder at the flashes of blue light snaking through the veins of Thesertium in the floors and walls. The crystals in his eye sockets gleam and go dark in time with the flashes. Yeah, this is clearly some, like, chaos crystal shit. At once, you recognize him as the sculptor who offered to carve your visage out of Thesertium. The old man does not seem to notice you. All his attention is focused on the strange altar. Did we let him carve our, image? If so, that might be bad. He's probably gonna do something evil with it. Tadua the Scorched. Okay, so he's part of this too. Tadua the Executioner stands behind the fool and gives you a crooked smile. Nearby, Lucra, the fortress commander, keeps a sullen vigil. His hand never leaves the handle of his weapon. Okay, you're in on this too?
Bodyguards for a private conversation. Isn't that a bit much? Times are troubled, as you know. I want everything to go according to the plan. The governor is dead. Was it your doing? Don't be ridiculous. I couldn't swallow a manhole, even if I wanted to.
Bluff throws up his arms in an exaggerated fashion.
The Lacerax, fool. You unleashed it on the governor. Don't try to deny it. It seems humor is not part of the vocabulary of the Emperor's servants, but truth should be. You see, that governor was a fraud, a fake, not worth crying over. The true governor of Thessera stands before you, esteemed guests.
Okay, yeah. Interesting. Dane, come on. Don't say things like that. It's not right. It's...
Shut up, you idiot. You can't even do as you're told.
The fool tosses a look of utter contempt at Maeve.
What was it that Maeve should have done, Bluff? Bring you here, to the altar of change, and not ask questions. So simple. But she couldn't even manage that.
Oh, yeah, she did try to warn us not to step onto the elevator. Points in her direction. I think she's just too timid to really speak up. Fault of her upbringing, no doubt. Clearly the aristocracy have the run to do whatever the hell they want, so speaking up to them, even if it's maybe for their own good, is probably a huge no-go. And might result in your face getting removed, especially if you have a pretty face, which, you know, Maeve, I guess, yeah, I mean, she's not bad looking. So, her not speaking up to warn us, even if she might have wanted to, is, I think, forgivable.
And I, according to your plan, was supposed to die.
Solomon raises the palm of his hand that holds the invisible mark of the data brand.
Exactly. I don't need you. But don't worry, I've planned for this as well. Davrisk, are you ready?
Bluff smirks, clearly enjoying his imaginary power. Or is it real? Solomon turns away from the fool and makes a series of furtive hand signals, telling you to stall while the Cybermastiff gets into position. Is the Mastiff gonna get him? Alright, those are crystal-eyed.
The preparations are complete, my lord.
Barely able to take his eyes off the dark altar, the sculptor hobbles towards the edge of the balcony. Okay, oh.
If you are the real governor, why bother masquerading as the fool? I've always preferred masks to those mugs.
Bluff gestures vaguely at the crowd thronging the square below.
Besides, who would take the poor wretched fool seriously? Who would suspect? I found a replacement. Roldo wanted to play at power, and I graciously let him. Pity he didn't rule for long. I, on the other hand, had a costume change and took a seat among the spectators. I sharpened my wit. I even began to enjoy it. And all of it for this one day, this exact moment.
The elation in his voice sounds almost maniacal. Thessaria is not your homeworld, is that right?
I see you've already found me out, huh? That's right. I was born and raised on Idex, the greatest world in all the Imperium. I'll never forget that mix of plasteel and ferrocrete, the glitter of proud spires, and the eternal humiliation of my appointment.
Alright, so he just hates it here. Being sent to a feudal world, presumably from a hive world.
Why were you sent to Thessera? To serve the Imperium faithfully and honestly. Why else? Our all-knowing administratum benefits if the feudal throne is occupied by someone with an intelligence level higher than a Grox's. A golden shove for all my diligent service on Idex. I packed my bags and came here to govern this backwater. What a joke.
The arbitrator gives you a subtle nod. The cybermastiff is close enough for a decisive lunge. I'm going to keep getting some information out of him, though.
I suppose the irregularities with the tithe were part of your plan, too. Oh, yes. One small part of the grand design. To be precise, the first bait you had to take, which you did with commendable zeal. The concept was simple. Disrupt the shipment and provoke a response. An ingenious trap that the Arbites walked right into. But fate granted me a special boon. You were caught in my net with them, Cyrene von Valancius. You didn't trap anyone. You shot yourself in the foot. Only an idiot would think they could outmatch a rogue trader and a proctor together. Your scribe Gorgorius Fount left some intriguing notes behind. In them he appears to be describing the switching of bodies. Is that part of your plan? You are perceptive. My previous experiments were failures. You have met some of them, particularly Fount himself. Remember the crazy mutant by the Phasmophorius? Oh, you should have seen your face.
Mocking laughter erupts from beneath the mask, making the fool's body shake all over.
And you will. This time it will work.
Oh, okay. Alright, I like this. This wasn't quite what I was expecting. We have some body-swapping shenanigans going on here. He wants to rule my whole dynasty. What is the altar of change? The fool gestures towards the object in front of the sculptor.
A great artifact, which Tavrisk carved from this planet's unique gift. The Sertium. Take a good look at it while you still can.
Yeah, that's a Zinch thingy there.
Enough talk. I will not listen to another word of this heresy.
The fool chuckles nastily.
You've overlooked one small detail. What detail? Talk, you bastard.
Solomon raises his voice and takes a step forward. Bluff, clearly trying to draw attention to himself and buy Glyto some time. Bluff ignores the the arbitrator, his gaze fixed on Maeve, more specifically on the necklace on her chest.
A lovely piece, isn't it?
I knew that was going to be relevant. You see Solomon's hand signal out of the corner of your eye. Glyto leaps, but does not reach the fool. The Psyker moves at the same time. A flash of light, and everything goes dark. Oh, shit. So he's down? I think we might be in trouble. So I am now in a cage. No, hold on. You are surrounded by the smell of old rust. The darkness reluctantly retreats. The pain comes first, throbbing in your head, then the metallic taste in your mouth, and finally the feel of the hard floor chafing your stinging cheek. Look around first. You see Bluff through the bars of the cage. The mocking smile on his sinister mask seems to grow even broader. Or is it a trick of the light? Maeve, as white as a sheet, with a dark abrasion on her face, weeps quietly as she stands stock still beside the fool. There are markings on the floor at your feet. A crooked circle bordered by unholy symbols. Bluff is standing at the center of an identical circle. You hear a quiet, measured scraping sound, and an old man's muttering coming from the depths of the hall. The few words you manage to catch sound nothing like Gothic.
Rogue trader, can you hear me?
You turn to the voice. Solomon is trapped in one of the side cells. Apart from a bleeding bruise on his forehead, he appears unharmed, so I guess the pendant was some kind of weapon.
Solomon, are you alright? I'm fine.
He looks away for a moment, and then back at you under Bluff's unwavering gaze. He cannot communicate any more clearly. You look over to where Solomon indicated. Glyto lies motionless in the middle of the room. Judging by the flickering lumen on his implants, the dog is still alive.
Maeve's necklace is more than a petty bauble, I take it. Much more, you see. With the right knowledge, the right tools, and some complex rituals, people can transform a simple, dirty blue pebble from the depths of the Serra into something truly special. However, it's a bit late for you to do anything with that information. When I get out of here, you are dead. Enough chit-chat. Tamarisk, begin.
The old man, with Thessertium eyes, wheezing raspily, spews a torrent of unholy words from his toothless mouth, and begins and the markings beneath your cage seem to breathe in, glowing with crimson light. Uh-oh. Maeve's gaze leaps from you to Bluff in alarm. Tear-reddened eyes widen as she realizes what is happening. Dane, stop! Her slight form crashes into the fool, pushing him out of the center of the circle. Oh, we're going to be the ones that swap bodies. The world explodes into shards, suffused with a blinding light that burns out your eye sockets, incinerates the air in your lungs and makes your heart flutter in your chest, and finally, darkness descends, impenetrable and absolute, encompassing everything. It cradles you, dissolving everything that was once you, everything that once was. You are bobbing like a boat tossed upon the waves. Colors and sounds meld into a cacophony, stirring up nausea in this exhausted body. You blink, and the patches of color fall into place. Or do they? Across from you, in a cage, you see a frightened, disoriented face, an expression you have never seen in a mirror. At your feet lies a gaudy mask that has fallen from the fool's face, covering his wrinkled visage with both hands. The ugly and enraged governor of Thessera rises hastily on trembling legs. Oh, cool. His mask is off. Staring daggers at you, Rualdo shrieks, "Seize her! Seize Maeve!" The guard takes a heavy step in your direction. The look on his face promises nothing pleasant. So I'm, What's Solomon? Oh, he's gonna do the reactivation protocol? Let's do that. Solomon, now! A sweet, melodious voice rings out, not yours. Glyto, attack! Your head swims, and through the haze you recognize the figure of a guard coming closer and closer with no sign of stopping. Your gaze sweeps over the room, searching for a way out, for a solution, until somewhere at the periphery of your vision you notice a streak of scarlet. It is the Cyber Mastiff's visors lighting up, giving you a chance to run. Chomp. Down we go into here. Well, that's a bit of a leap of faith. Okay, so we're Maeve now. And Maeve is us. Hopefully we can fix that. Is this a pile of bodies? No, it's just trash. Your mind is a loose shard, cast out into nothing, screaming in the voices of thousands of lives. Are they your lives, or do they belong to another? The blood cracks, branch out, biting into every scrap of disjointed thought, ravaging, hungering to shatter what little of your own self remains. A cry gurgles in the depths, a plea to make the torment stop and let you dissolve into unconsciousness. But something has sunk its claws into you, keeping you in place, fusing you back together piece by piece. Methodically and tortuously, it continues to skewer the shreds of your identity onto the thread of existence in an attempt to outpace the all-consuming void. Your memories of the last several minutes are incoherent and painful. The flash of sorcery, the leap into the unknown, Solomon shouting something. He gave Glyto an order, but what order was it? Any attempt you make to process what happened only pulls you deeper into unconsciousness. You are wrenched suddenly out of oblivion by a blunt, merciless bite. You try to breathe and hear your own ragged wheeze. Sight gradually returns to you, and an angry horse's head emerges from the mist. You are back. You are alive. Okay, I'm not strong. Maeve is strength 15. What's my current stats at? I don't think we can see. I'll focus my gaze. Slowly your eyes begin to put together a sordid image. Everything around you is brown and disgusting. Hay, wood, blood, dirt, horse. The trapdoor you jumped down has led you to a stable. A stable is a place for peasants, not sovereigns, but somehow your body remembers the sense of poverty. Your consciousness expands heavily, like sick lungs. You remember a large basket, bundles of food clutched in your hands, and the grateful smiles of the hungry. Is that our memory or is that Maeve's memory? I have a feeling the transition isn't so seamless. Okay, we can look at her a bit more clearly. Oh, damn. That's like... Has her picture changed? Because she's got, like, burns across her chest and neck. And her eyes look particularly unhealthy. I'll feel my body. Your hand finds something on your chest, something so cold it burns your fingers. For a moment, you think that it is the real you, the shard of your will lost in the flow, but it turns out to be nothing more than a Thacertium necklace. As you look at it, the crystal stares back at you with its still blue eye. The fool's wrinkled face suddenly emerges from the reflection, and his gloating voice seems to hang in the edge of your awareness. This body remembers pain and electrified air. Something bad. I will shout. Ah! You shout. Or your shout is as thin as a death cry, and unbearably shrill. Did I do a good job, guys? Still, it is just enough to make the creature stop trying to bite you and back off. Memories that are not your own tear into your mind, replacing your thoughts. It occurs to you that someone else used to scare all the monsters away. A big brother, so funny and always smiling. With some effort, you manage to force his gentle face out of your head. It would be Dane. What's my agility? Not very good. Let's rise to our feet. You sway, as if from sickness, all your limbs feeling impossibly fragile. Scrawny legs, frail arms. These things do not belong to you. This is a costume, and it is not yours. It does not fit your status. It is the wrong size, and it still carries greasy traces of its former owner inside. You are overcome with the urge to tear off your flesh and throw it away like a worn glove. Okay, greasy traces of its former owner. That's not being very kind to Maeve. Even the narrator's being mean to her. You gather your will and repress the desire to peel all the skin off. That would be bad. The mad impulse recedes. The memories that linger in this body may yet prove useful. To complete the picture, you have no choice but to look into a nearby water trough at your reflection. You see familiar features. Some unnatural force has dragged you out of your body and into that of Maeve, Roldo's lady-in-waiting. Now that you have spent some time in this stable, you feel a little more accustomed to your new limbs. But where is your own mortal shell? Good question. Find my body. Oh, hey, whoa. Did Glyto jump in too? Good. Fair trade. Is it... Oh yeah, Glyto's here. What's up? Cybermastiff does not respond to nudges or commands. The lumens on his head are blinking with troubled agitation. Uh-oh. Prone. Permanent. Rummage through the scraps. Hold on, what do I have? I've got all kinds of problems right now. But I get some Glyto abilities, that's cool. It's kind of interesting how they're interspersing these segments where they make you play the DLC at the DLC's level, rather than at whatever level you are. I like that. I also can't access my character sheet, so I guess we're just gonna have to read through it here. We're perplexed, disturbed, staggered, psychosomatic trauma, and we're, last but not least, not your body. These are not your muscles, this is not your skin, only your mind is still yours, but for how long? Yeah, let's rummage through some scraps. A mountain of vegetable waste rises up ahead, next to which stands a rusty pitchfork. Your attention is drawn to something pale, pink, half buried under the waste and looking suspiciously like a limb. Let's investigate the waste. You pull out the strange object from the pile. What emerges is a human forearm, crudely severed at the elbow. The horse behind you sniffs and cranes its neck. I mean, you can never have too many arms. You pick up what used to be someone's arm. The horse looks at the dead fingers greedily. Okay. So the horse... I mean, horses can eat flesh. They are herbivores, but, like, they absolutely can eat flesh. I have seen a horse eat a mouse before. It was weird. Pick up the pitchfork. This could be a decent weapon, if not for one problem. You lack the strength to pull it free from the earth. Wow. The sword in the stone. More like the pitchfork in the trash. Yeah, we're in a rough spot here. Step away from the heap. You slip back through the fence. The horse snorts restlessly behind you. So, we still can't do anything with Glyto, so that's a bit of a problem. We can check the hungry horse here. The creature that dragged you out of unconsciousness turns out to be a muddy brown horse. In the darkness, the beast follows you with its large black eyes. It looks hungry and frightened. Look around the stable. The horse must have smashed through the stall to reach you. You immediately note the empty trough and the fetid pile of vegetable tops under your feet. For a moment, the approach to the rotting waste is blocked by the iron fence. The horse whinnies restlessly as it casts its eye towards the barrier. What can we detect about the horse? Let's examine it. The horse is behaving oddly, lurking in the shadows. You must have spooked it when you came to. You can coerce it, but maybe we can talk to it.
There's a good horse. You weren't trying to eat me, were you?
The horse watches you cautiously. You can see thick strings of saliva dripping from its lips. Okay, we'll toss the corpse part over the stable door. The animal's nostrils flare in agitation. It pauses for a second, watching the arm's trajectory, then trots after the treat for a rumble. Or with a rumble, even. Okay, so we can leave. Oh, handy that. Snorting frantically, the horse hurtles towards the stable door and smashes straight through it. The sight of a stable hand standing in the doorway portends nothing good for you. The man's face is savage. Glinting in his hand is a meat cleaver.
Not so noisy anymore, are you, you little wench? I'll skin you alive.
I'll call for help. You take a deep breath and scream as loud as you can. Your voice rings pitifully. This cry may be your last. You see your new reflection in the blade of the cleaver. There's no way out. At least, this foray into the life of the Thessarian peasantry has been a short one. An abrupt metallic clang rattles the stables. Something very heavy is coming your way at frightening speed. Is it the horse? Oh no, it's the dog. So this random stable hand is just like, sees helpless girl in the trash pile, and is like, I'm gonna kill you with the cleaver. What a lovely planet. Yeah, Glyto, you can eat him. The cleaver, raised for a strike, falls from the man's hand as he screams, assailed by a whirlwind of fangs, fur, and metal. Having emerged from the gloom, the cybermastiff does not give the stable hand even a single chance. After ripping out part of his spine, the beast spits out the corpse and looks up at you.
Good boy, Glyto.
You notice a dent in one of the cybermastiff's implants. He has taken a beating. It's hard to say whether he has received this injury at the time of your capture or during his escape from the castle. Glyto stares at you for a while, then barks and turns to scan the area. He is clearly waiting for orders. A cybermastiff listens only to its Arbiti's master. The fact that Glyto is here means that Solomorn has ordered him to follow you through the trapdoor. The arbitrator must have adjusted Glyto's priorities to have him guard you. Nice. He's got the guard protocol. Alright, well, so we're completely useless, but at least we have Dog. Dog will save us. What a jerk stable hand. Alright, hungry horse. I feel like our business is not yet concluded, hungry horse. Would you like to be employed? I'm thinking maybe you could be the new planetary governor. You'll do a hell of a lot better of a job than the last guy. Okay, let's move on. Hungry horse doesn't seem interested in planetary governor positions. Maybe we'll give it to Glyto after all this is over. So is everyone here just an asshole? These guys don't look very nice either. The local inhabitants coming down the slope look hostile in the extreme. The vilest of them is missing an eye, but he makes sure to keep his remaining one fixed on you.
Hey, Moppet. Where'd you get that dress? You know, my bride-to-be would love to wear a dress like that on her wedding day. Would you lend it to her?
The one-eyed bandit glances at your dirty yet expensive clothes. Something tells me that these people would gladly peel the dress off you, right along with your skin. So, we have good coercion now, thanks to Glyto. We can just have Glyto kill them. I mean, what's this guy gonna do if we let him go? He's just gonna go accost other young women. Glyto, execute! The cybermastiff lunges at the leader of the bandits. His metal jaws start mincing flesh and bone like the knives of a meat grinder, moving faster than your eyes can even follow. Within seconds, the man who threatened you is a mutilated corpse, and his more fortunate henchmen are fleeing in terror. Oh no! Dislocated jaw. Okay, you notice that the cybermastiff's jaw is slightly crooked. One of the bandits must have managed to get in a solid blow. When you try to touch it, Glyto turns away and growls menacingly. Alright, so we can't overuse his biting capabilities. That may have been a mistake to do that there. We could have just intimidated him, I'm sure. However, I wanted him to die, so now we get to pay the price of my bloodlust.
My hands are going numb. Maybe today I'll get a quarter ration at least. Ha! Right.
Alright. What's going on here? The wheel is similar to the ones used to raise the enormous elevator in the central square. This one, however, has completely rusted with age, so it probably fell down from up there. Would be my guess. Who knows how many people it crushed on the way down. What does this guy have to say?
Look who's come down to join us. Got tired of never being hungry, did you?
Alright, at least, I mean, he's only taunting us. That's fine. There's a knight up there. Interesting.
I feel sorry for the common sods, but if I step in to help, I'll get kicked out. Well, I'll get kicked into the slums with them.
Alright, well, you seem less bad than everyone else. Where do we go? I guess we go this way. Can we climb up onto here? We cannot. Bloated mutant. Oh, there we go.
Where are they? My eyes! My precious eyes! They've melted! Melted!
It's rough, buddy. To, you know, quote Zuko. Alright, well, Glyto can do something here. Hopefully this won't further dislocate his jaw or anything. Nice.
Throw up your powdered face, you stupid girl! What if it fell on someone's head?
Oh, we dropped a crate thing there.
We spent the whole day hooking up that thing. Now we've got to do it all over again. Get out of here before you break anything else.
Alright. Fair criticism. However, I needed to cross this gap, and climbing was not an option. Okay, so we're here now. There's the knight. Some gaunt servants. Maeve's coming. Maybe she's pinched a few lordly leftovers for us again. Okay, so Maeve's been feeding the starving servants down here. Okay, more plus points for Maeve.
Got any food? No. Then keep walking.
Half sunk in malodorous mud, the houses, if you can call them that, are packed together like buboes on a plague-stricken body. Lovely description. Okay, sorry, I'm being an imbecile with the camera. Okay, it's these two chaps up here. Hopefully they're going to be a little nicer. Okay, they're just saying the same stuff that the other ones are. Okay, but we can get into the upper city now. Hopefully we'll be able to fix up Glyto. I imagine that permanent is just going to be for this quest. Obviously he can get his jaw relocated back in the ship. Is relocated the opposite of dislocated? Probably not, right? I just said that, assuming that it was. What do we have going on here?
Useless swine! They can't even deliver a cartload of belongings without breaking something.
Okay. Aristocracy abusing the peasants.
I'm sorry, sir. The rain washed away the road, so I had to drag it uphill.
What are you doing making excuses for yourself? I'll skin you alive.
Yep, everyone's super friendly here. It was satisfying to have Glyto eat that guy, though. Who's gonna steal my dress? What would that have left me? Hey, it's my ship. I can just leave. I reckon there's gonna be a bit of an issue.
Property of the rogue trader von Valancius. Do not approach, or it will be deemed an assassination attempt.
Okay, so we'll probably get killed if we go there. We can't even get into our own ship. That sucks. And if we're, like, No, I'm the rogue trader. I've been body swapped with this servant girl. They'll be like, yeah, bullshit. Probably blast me. We don't need to listen to more abuse from the aristocracy to the peasantry. I think we know what's going on here. And it ain't nice. We're gonna have to do some reforms. I am an iconoclast. What's that knocking? Maeve, is that you? Hold on, I'll get it. Alright, well, somebody nice at least. Here, come on in. Thanks. Thanks, bud. Hey, Maeve, what's your hurry? What does this other guy have to say?
You're skin and bones, Maeve. They're not taking care of you up there.
Yeah, she is pretty skin and bones. Hopefully we'll be able to get her off this world. Scrawny commoner and balding commoner. And pot-bellied commoner. Alright, we got some commoners here. Several commoners are talking in a loud whisper, taking no notice of you. A balding man with a bowl cut is gesturing energetically. His back turns towards you.
Never thought a thing like this would happen in my time. A new celestial lady has paid us a visit. They say she descended from the sky on a great bird of iron, then stepped out of its belly clad in golden armor. Any who saw her were blinded by the splendor. That's his anointed for you.
Rubbish. I've heard that tale before, and only an idiot would believe it. She's a noble woman like any other, just a more important one. Treats everyone like dirt, pushes people around worse than any of our nobles do. But that's the way it is, isn't it? It's the God Emperor's will that their place be at the top and ours in the dust. It's how the whole world works. Next thing you know, the Celestial Lady will make the whole place her own.
The pot-bellied man runs a finger under his nose, leaving a clean patch on his grimy face.
Oh, I wish it was like you said, but something tells me bad things are coming, now that she's here. I've heard the new Celestial Lady. Wait, look, that's Maeve over there. She served the Celestial Lady herself. She can tell us all about it. Hey, Maeve!
The small crowd rushes towards you.
Want me to tell you about the Celestial Lady? Well, I do know a thing or two.
The people's eyes light up with curiosity at your words. They hurriedly gather around you, ready to hear something extraordinary. Alright, instigate peasant revolt? Is that what we're doing?
I was told the Celestial Lady accepted the key to Thessera from the quotes fool's hands herself. She didn't shun the fool, she didn't beat him. So gracious.
The servant whispers with reverence.
That's how it happened, right, Maeve?
What are we gonna do here? That might be a good one to, maybe it's time we... Yeah, this might be a good option here.
Well, almost. The governor's gift wasn't to her liking, and Roldo was punished severely for it. Now every time the Celestial Lady so much as looks at him, he quivers and his teeth clatter so badly you can almost use his jaw as a hammer. Finally, someone our rich folks are afraid of.
The people exchange whispers, nodding vigorously at each other. Every now and then you catch a rapt glance in your direction.
I told you. She's not just any Celestial Lady, but one of the God Emperor's anointed, a benefactor.
The servant elbows the others, bidding them be silent.
Be quiet, will you? Let Maeve speak.
The servant lowers his voice to a whisper.
Have you heard about the mutant disaster? Everyone wanted to blame the commander or the executioner, but the Celestial Lady interfered and was merciful. It was like I'm telling it, wasn't it, Maeve?
No, we gotta blame the executioner. We will not say that. That's a bad idea. We don't want her to make... I'm honestly gonna go, it was just like you said.
It was just like you said.
The trio falls silent for a while, each lost in their own thoughts.
Maeve, you got closer to her than anyone else here. How did she treat you? Yeah, Maeve, tell us. What's it like to be around one of the God Emperor's anointed?
If it had been me there, I know I couldn't have said a word in her presence. You never know what to expect from someone of such rank. For all you know, you said the wrong thing and she has your tongue ripped out, roasted and served to you on a plate. What's that look for? It's happened before, I wouldn't lie.
Okay. We're gonna try this. Celestial Lady was amicable and kind to me. Failed. Commoners mumble something, their disbelief clear on their faces.
Just a quick glance. Just to walk on the same ground she stepped on. If we had rulers like that, we could all breathe more freely. Why can't they make mercy their new custom, instead of wearing those sewed-on faces? Oh, have you heard about Lord Grimley's new wife?
The pot-bellied servant has the other two's attention now. They lean closer, losing interest in the previous topic, and you can no longer hear a word they're saying. It would appear the trio has forgotten about you completely. Alright, let's be out of here. We humored them. Not sure how much influence that's going to have, but you never know. You never know. Somebody here looks like they had a bit of a rough time. Not sure who that was. But he's currently lying in a puddle of tomato juice. Happens from time to time. Okay, some people complaining about the rain. As a person living in the Netherlands, all I can say to you is, skill issue. Okay, well, we're back here. We could head back inside. Oh, hello. It's them! It's our buddies. They're all still okay. The Vox in your companion's hand is speaking in your own voice. There is no need for concern. The Proctor and I are in the middle of examining the documents, together with the Governor. I will be back as soon as we are done here. There was a loud click, indicating that the other side has cut the connection. Shut up, little whispers, huh? They're really acting up. You know what? I don't care what the Lord Captain said. Something is wrong. Thank you, Idira. My god. She's... I know some people complain about her being unreliable, but every now and then, she's very fucking useful. Activating standby mode. Pascal emits a quiet hum as he begins his binaric prayer. The Jai jerks her foot impatiently, her heel tapping loudly against the paving stones. First that elevator, now the rogue trader is stuck in the local archive? Intuition tells me they're making fools of us, and we are playing right into their hands by standing around down here. Okay, seems like everyone's, Every moment spent away from the domain is another defeat for me. She just wants to get back for other reasons. As soon as you approach, everyone's attention shifts to you. For now, their reaction feels closer to pent-up irritation than outright hostility. If we say right now that we're the rogue traders, they're probably going to suspect that we're... I don't know. Something's wrong. We're gonna go with this. At last, I found you. I need your help. They take no notice of you at first, but after a moment, one by one, they turn their gazes to you. Silence falls over the streets. Isn't that the meek little lady-in-waiting that was assigned to my Cyrene? Looks like she's lost the Lord Captain too, and her sanity to boot. Idira stares at you, and her eyebrows starts to creep forward. I'll be damned. Either I'm completely out of my mind, or... No, that's just insane. The Lord Captain in the body of that court lady. That's rich, whispers. She starts rubbing her eyes as if trying to clear them. Look, I have Solomon Cybermastiff with me. Would he order his dog to guard some Thessarian chit? Hey, don't you call Maeve like that. This statement is potentially true. Cybermastiff protocols are difficult to breach and override, much less... Pascal casts a gloomy look at his surroundings. In primitive cultures such as this.
I have fallen victory to profane sorcery. I need my body back. Do not weep, child. I will cut your thread quickly and painlessly before your soul succumbs to corruption. Kibella? No. I am Cyrene von Valancius, heir to Theodora von Valancius, who perished in the course of Conrad Voigtvir's treachery. What else must I dredge up from my past to make you believe me? Not the most skillful attempt, little mouse. Our Cyrene would have come up with something better. We need to get upstairs. Just trust me on this. You will find the rogue trader at the top. Tell the shuttle pilot to take us up there. He won't listen to me. The suggestion to stop puzzling over your identity and start acting seems to have had an effect. At least, no one is arguing with you anymore. Okay, what do we do? Just Melta charge the door? When the dust clears, you see the familiar hall. The fool is fearfully hunched close to the cage in which you, or rather your body, is sitting. Your face is awash with tears, your lip is split, and a vox lies next to you. In a cage to the side stands Solomorn, glaring through the bars at the true governor of Thessera. Upon seeing you in Glyto, the proctor straightens. It seems he was just waiting for your return. Without taking his intent gaze from you, he gives you a slow nod. He is ready to fight.
But how did you... The elevator, damn it! Why did you have to make all this commotion? Why couldn't you just sit in a cage, out of the way, and wait for the ritual to be completed?
The fool looks back at the altar.
Tavrisk, move!
The Psyker's cracked skin seems ready to crumble to dust, but his Thessertium eyes burn with an otherworldly fire.
The ritual is nearly complete, my lord. The altar of change is ready to irrevocably switch the threads of fate. Psyker! Return me to my body at once, and I will grant you an easy death.
Without removing his hands from the stone in front of him, the heavily augmented old man turns around to look at you, an expression of utter amazement spreading across his face.
But why? Why would I negotiate with the corpse to be? You are the past, and the governor and I are bound for the future.
You're really not going to like that future, old man. The ones beyond the door already send their regards. They say they can't wait to meet you and this little king of yours. There is truth in his words. It is senseless to negotiate with the corpse to be.
Kibella runs her fingers along the edge of her blade with a slow, almost caressing motion.
You have stolen something from me, Roldo. I have come to reclaim it.
The fool mockingly sticks out his chin.
And how, may I ask, do you intend to do that? Only Tavrisk and myself know how the ritual works. Certainly, he is the only one who can perform it. And it just so happens that we don't feel much inclined to cooperate.
That was our code phrase.
Lovely weather, is it not?
Roldo casts a furtive glance out the window and lets out a hesitant giggle.
Decided to show a little decorum, my celestial guests. It is a little late for that.
The metal of the cage emits a piteous creak as Solomorn slams his entire weight against the bars.
Nice.
Hold on, we need the Psyker alive. Hopefully we don't need that to swap bodies back. So, you struggle to open your eyes after the world has once again taken shape. You realize you are staring at your own palms from your own eye sockets. You move a hand and each muscle responds gratefully, filling with warmth. The others watch you with a mixture of hope and dismay. Maeve, the real Maeve, looks at you through watering eyes.
Myself again. It was so
She lacks the strength for anything more, and her body collapses to the ground. We're not going to ask Solomon how he knows that would work. We're just going to trust that he knew it did, or he was going to.
Governor Rualdo, for the crimes of stealing my body from me, practicing heresy and all-round monstrousness, you are hereby sentenced to death. Attack! How dare you order anyone around in my own purse? Tavrisk, do it!
What's Tavrisk doing?
My lord's destinies are already set in stone. Something, 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 something.
Oh, hello.
Your
Okay.
arrogance will be your downfall.
What are they? Stone
I will
Sentinels.
fight if I must.
They look, dangerous. Is Maeve lying somewhere on the ground? Do we need to look out? Because I feel like that might be something that, we could accidentally... Spawn of the highest favor. Uh-oh. It's not just the spawn of any regular sort of favor. And we're a little bit out of position here. We need to fucking move. That's what we need to do. Psyker's up there. Start the battle. I can't really get out of this. I'm stuck in this square here. I think I'm going to stay where I am. I have the first turn anyways. Then Tavrisk will go. So I'm just going to try and bail. Idira. I think we need to just go for a single flank overload and clear as much of this area as possible. Oh, this one needs to stay near Pascal, of course. So we'll drop Pascal right there. Kibella can just stand there. And, okay. The Vesper will fly there. And Alpha 1 can actually stay in the middle of us so that he can drop his aura. What do we have up here? We've got some corrupted nobles, lots of corrupted nobles. I think we're going to do a purge of the aristocracy. Where is Maeve? Can't tell where she is. She's the only one I particularly care about saving. Anyways, let's get this over with. This looks like it could be a fun fight.
Blood red sickle of the moon, will you grant me one last boon? Death whispered fair and true, death is coming after you.
Awesome. Amazing. Alright, so we gotta drop a front line. And I think we're gonna put it right there. There's plenty of evil people there that can make use of a frontline stratagem
It's as good as done.
being wrought upon them. Do the blitz here. So that's the bonus
I'll
one
make
we
it
have.
happen.
And I need to fucking run, so if we run this way, we're gonna get stabbed. If we run that way, we're gonna get stabbed. Either way we go about this, we're getting stabbed, so let's get stabbed over here. Oh, there's a... We're just surrounded. There's the sentinel over there. Corrupted guard, so I'm not actually gonna go into the back rank. I am going to go into the front right here. And hope that we don't get killed too badly. Can I actually click this area? Thank you. Nice dodge. Very good. Alright. So, I will
Who, if not me?
forewarn myself. The psychic situation is a little bit dire, so we're going to be a little careful with that. By a little careful with that means I'm probably just going to be using my
I'll see
psychic
to
powers
it
willy-nilly. Wrong one. Sorry, I meant to drop this one first. My bad. Okay. So, who do we want to give a good extra turn to? I mean, Kibella is always good on an extra turn. Kibella can do all kinds of unpleasant things to these people. Where is Kibella? Did I leave her back here? Am I blind? There she is.
It's as
My
good
God.
as done.
Alright,
I'll make it happen.
okay, because Kibella is just going to go on a massacre. So, Reckless
As honor
Abandon
ordains.
and Exsanguination. Alright. So, she's got some debuffs. We could drop a Pain Resonance. It's probably not going to be worth doing right now. So let's first do a death from above to land
This goes
right
against
there.
the tenets. Come, the other
Okay,
side
I'm down.
awaits. Killing brings
That one's
me
down
no
too.
pleasure.
That one's down. And I think we just slash this one and kill him.
Come, the
Fantastic.
other side awaits.
Okay, so we can now
As
drop
the
in the middle here.
tenets demand. Death is
Kill
a
those two.
blessing.
So one flank is sort of dealt with. And then what we can do is do a Dance Macabre and end ourselves
The
right here
shadows will see it done.
so that we can do nothing further, because that's our turn. All right. It's our little bonus turn, I should say. I could shoot something. I could also drop a Prescience. So that's a psychic power. Let's maybe not risk that at the moment. Shooting things might be a-okay. We could hit that. But also shoot Bluff the Court Fool. I feel like shooting Bluff the Court Fool, to be
If
honest.
not the best defense,
Well, that
is a
didn't do
good
anything.
offense.
Ah, he's got the statues are protecting him. Okay, good to know. It's good that we wasted our shot on that and not somebody's more potent shot. Okay, I don't know what Tavrisk is doing, but it's probably bad. Did Idira just skip her turn? Ow.
prescience has failed me.
These guys are kind of gnarly. They're a bit slow, though, so that's nice. Commander Luca is a traitor. Lucra, even.
Is the reward.
I bring ruin.
Get dodged.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Okay. Now Kibella's actual turn. So let's see here. I think we do a blade
I
dance
shall
on this
not
guy.
fail. Caught by the web.
Okay, fairly effective. Okay, so he gets to do something after we attack these, or presumably bring them down to a certain level of health. I can't kill it. So I think we're better off going after softer targets. I don't think we can hit him. But I could send her back around there. I think we can, utilizing our
Trust
movement, which we have plenty of. We can Dance Macabre over there, and then we can jump to right here.
As the tenets demand. Let your soul
Get some
be
damage in on
purged.
a lot of people, actually. And then we can drop a Where It Hurts and a Brutal Strike to kill... I don't want to hit Pascal, so let's drop it right
As
here.
honor or killing.
Okay, we still hit
brings me
Pascal.
no
Thought it
pleasure.
wouldn't. Apparently,
The shadows will see it done.
okay. That hit there. And drop another one. Fantastic. Okay. Looking pretty good. End turn. Stone Sentinel coming in. Right. This guy.
This way!
Supersede pain.
Mocking me.
Okay, Idira is not looking too good. It's Jai's turn. Jai can do multiple things here. We can drop a, So she has a good gun for dealing with these guys, although it just doesn't do very much damage as is. But I might run into the,
Watch my back.
front line at the very least. And then what we can do is drop an Air of Authority on... to do somebody here. We'll drop it on Solomorn.
I can do that with the right incentive. Am I getting paid for this?
So we can then give Solomorn a
Don't
turn,
get too cocky.
and it will we'll assign
Tell
the
me,
objective
and
there.
it is done.
And we'll give Solomon
I can do
this
that
turn.
with the right
Okay,
incentive.
so Solomon can move up to here. Which I don't think he needs to move, because I think we're going to have him
Glato, we're undertaking this task.
have the dog nibble on someone, is what we're going to do here. So we could have it apprehend that guy, that Stone Sentinel. Could be fun. Or we could have it actually, yeah, because we assigned objective there. I kind of want to do that.
One of us would be enough.
Get him. Powerful bite. Alright, well, it didn't do that much. At gunpoint, okay. And then I could shoot it. That would hit Glyto. We don't want to do that. So we will move now.
The guilty will fall.
Then hopefully this might kill it. I don't think it will, but...
The orders of the arbitrator judges.
Close enough. Oh, no. And it's dead. Okay.
I hate it when someone breaks my playthings.
What did he say? Oh, yeah. We have it on combat only. Thank you to... was it you, David? I think you told me... There we go. Okay. He's just angry with us. That's fine. I expect him to be. So we could do firearm mastery. We could also do overcharge. Next 3 abilities cost -1 AP. Honestly, let's...
The living weapon of the Lex. Let's test our skills, Gleito.
Oh, that was Growl. Wrong ability. Oh, okay. It's not so useful, actually. Okay.
Gleito, we're undertaking this task.
We'll do advanced tracking. I will actually now drop a protect on Idira.
One of us would be enough.
So we can at least do this. Okay. Just gonna get that guy's attention. Okay, I don't know what he's doing exactly. How many stacks of Fury does he have? Can't really tell. I think this is Fury? That's Inspire. There's 5 there. I think that's our turn. And then Giant can shoot this thing. That will not hit an ally, right?
You've got a problem. Jai Heydari. Remember the name.
Okay. I think we're good. End turn.
Quick! Quick!
There's a lot more of them coming.
Another scar for my collection. Let's make it quick.
These ones aren't too frightening. Okay. Bluff didn't do much there. Okay, so let's see here. I kind of... We could Growl. What's actually now going to be kind of useful. In a 2-cell radius. That'll at least hit the spawn. And the other guy.
Let's test
I'll
our
deal less
skills,
damage.
Gleito.
So that's good. We could continue to have him protect
Gleito,
Idira.
we're undertaking this task.
Okay, just a bit of damage there. Very good. And then, so, yeah, he's probably just going to heal through that. So let's see, what else could we do? We could still get him to apprehend something. Then with, like, advanced tracking, or we could do a strategic adaptation. He's got 50% or more wounds, so that'll be 20% damage on the next attack.
One of us would be enough.
And then advanced tracking.
Let's test our skills, Gleito.
And then we can have him apprehend. Let's see here. We could try and get him to bite that stone sentinel.
Gleito,
Yeah, let's
we're
get him to do
undertaking
it.
this task.
Still get a bunch of extra damage on that, so that was pretty good. I'm
Hold
just
the
gonna walk
formation.
right here, get into close combat with him, and shield bash him.
Accepted.
Okay. That is my turn. Alright, Idira's in close combat here, so we don't want to have that be the case. We want to get out of that. Can I? Can't seem to move. So I think we're stuck here. Psychic Assault doesn't hurt these things. To be expected, considering they are automatons. Consign should work.
Will do.
I hope. And then, of course, our Raven. We could do a Purification
Quiet,
Discharge.
Whispers. It's my toy, and I'm gonna control it myself.
Okay, a little bit of extra damage there. We can move the Raven, right? Yeah, we could relocate it up to 15 cells. It probably would have been better to do that first. Let's relocate it to here. And then we'll drop the Evil Eye.
Let's see what you can do.
Fantastic. Okay. And from there... Intelligence, willpower, or fellowship tests using theirs or their psychers, whichever is higher. So I want to use this on somebody that has low, who might get affected by psychic powers. I don't know, like Pascal, for example. So we'll drop a mind bond so that... Actually, that was kind of useless on him. His intelligence and willpower and everything are okay. Willpower, at least, is definitely better in Idira. But perception, for example, I think his perception's actually pretty alright. Okay, we've got to get some work done on this chaos spawn. So what I'm going to do here is... Ooh. I will do a stabilize for the Raven.
Quiet, Whispers. It's my toy, and I'm
What was
gonna
the radius on
control
that?
it myself.
4-cell radius. That should have affected Idira. Maybe it did. Just didn't do very much. I will...
Will do.
Drop that, and then we'll
But of
blind the
course.
chaos spawn.
Stop hitting me.
And do a wolf blast. Alright. Well, you can't have everything work out as planned. That's Cyrene over there. And, well, the area is clear now. And this thing's farther away, so take the victories you can. Okay, Pascal, medical mechadendrite right now.
Function as one.
We function as one. And, heal yourself too.
Organics required it.
Yeah, his frail organics required it. So let's see here. Servo Skull can do all kinds of stuff here. Priority signal. Where is Scully? Here he is. So he could relocate. So let's relocate to right there.
Abide in the host of blessed creations.
Well, that's
of
pretty
the
good.
Omnissiah.
Priority signal. Suffer... Or they make a willpower test. Or make the Servo Skull the priority target. I don't know if I want that. I'm going to move these down to here to be the Servo Skull related things. That's fine there. Okay. We got one action. Provocation signal. Make a free attack against the closest creature, ally, or enemy if possible. No. Medicae signal. Let's do that. We've got some... At least Pascal is injured. Or I hit this guy with the chain with my axe. I think I'm just gonna hit this guy with my axe, to be honest. Yeah, that was good. That was good use of my turn. Okay. Cyrene stands up. He's doing something.
I've never felt
Ouch.
pain like this.
Parried.
Crush the feeble.
Kibella's turn. So, Kibella could end up accidentally hitting allies with certain abilities, so we want to move her.
As on
So,
our order.
jump her over here.
Is a blessing.
One guy down. One of those things down, I should say.
The other side awaits.
That thing just died for some reason. Or teleported. Where, what? No, it just dropped dead. Interesting. Was that supposed to happen? Intriguing. So we could Dance Macabre behind, we could Dance Macabre over here. I could start picking off these guys. There's a lot of soft targets over here. We gotta get rid of them eventually, right? So I'll run on over here. We can jump on this one.
Death is
Kill
a
you.
blessing.
And I can run on over here. And I think I'll just kill you like so.
As on our order.
Another one down. Then we can jump right there
Trust
and kill
me.
these two.
Count. The
Okay.
other side awaits.
And then here's what we're gonna
I shall
do.
not fail.
We're gonna run back. I understand this class got nerfed by the update. Like, nerfed really hard. I understand a nerf, but I guess I'll see how much of a nerf it was, because it is very good. I won't deny that. So, Carnival of Misery. So these just don't have, like, things to use Carnival of Misery with. There's not enough bots going around at the moment. So, we have 2 extra action points and not much to do with them. I could medicalize someone. Use Blood Vial to make it rain blood. I don't think we need to do that. I'll drop a gift
As
of
the
torment.
tenants demand.
A little bit of extra stuff there. And I think I'll just end my turn. It's not like they can hit her.
I'll do what it takes.
Okay.
I feel cold.
They're doing more friendly fire than anything else, so that's fine by me. So I should run... Got a couple of these things still to take out. I'll run into the zone here. Drop an orchestrated firestorm on... We need to kill this one, actually. So I then... I mean, I can shoot it from here. We could give somebody Finest Hour. We're gonna give somebody Finest Hour. I want
Am I getting paid
get all
for
my
this?
stuff back for it. So I think we're gonna give Finest Hour to Pascal.
I can do that with the right
Before
incentive.
we do that,
Don't get too cocky.
drop that there. We'll also assign an objective onto this Stone Sentinel. And I think I may as well just drop move, move,
I
move,
can
so
do
that
that
Pascal is
with the
already
right
there.
incentive.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
Perfect. We can already... No, we want to use Finest Hour here.
I hold all the cards.
Okay. So, full turn here. We could drop a Machine Spirit Communion right there. Be good. We'll get some debuffs here. And then I want to give it a good old chop with the axe. It's still not going to do very much damage, unfortunately. Is Machine Spirit Banishment? No, it's not technically a ribbit. Precise attack. Now what I'll do... Okay, that was joint analysis, wrong ability, but whatever. So we'll do this, and then I'll hit it. Yeah, that's a better damage option. Okay. Give him a solid whack. It wasn't that much. Pascal is not really a damage dealer. It's a bit of a generalist. But he can make a couple more attacks.
Combat is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable.
Okay. Well, it all worked out as planned, using the heroic act there. So that leaves one of these things left. End turn. And Jai can't really do much more. Press the advantage.
Let's get to it.
Okay. Ow! Pain. Okay, Glyto needs to go and bite the golem. So we'll drop a strategic adaptation.
One of us would be
Correct.
enough.
And then we'll drop a advanced tracking as well. And a run.
Let's test our skills.
The run isn't so useful right now, but whatever. It's fine. It's already been done. And then we're going to give this guy a nibble right here.
We're undertaking this task.
Down he goes. I believe you are out of protection now, buddy. Oh, what was that? He has some link on Glyto. What does that mean? Under surveillance. That's our servo skull. At gunpoint. Is that... Oh, okay. It's just a priority target. Alright. Well, how's this for a priority target? Get him. Wow. That was damage. And then we're gonna run up here. We're just gonna bully this guy. Gonna hit him with my shield as well. And he's dead. Okay. So much for him. And then there's just a couple of jerks up there, and then the Psyker. So I'm gonna run up this way. Tavrisk the Sculptor. We could dash further, but let's not for the moment. We have momentum yet again. Let's, Okay, my Raven's all the way down here. So I'll relocate it up to there.
What was the command again? Oh, right.
And she can't move. So that's a little bit problematic. What's the range? Not in range. Can I hit one of these guys? I can. Can I hit one of these guys with my, I don't have an ability to hit multiple of them. That's fine. We'll just kill one random one. Okay, that one's dead. Solid. Just drop some other random things on this one. Make that one easier to hit. Can't really do anything else with my action points, so I may as well do that. Leave it as is.
Let's see
Stabilize
what you
here.
can do.
Yeah, it does give a little bit of extra health. It's just not much. Okay, Pascal. Pascal is juiced. He's running. He's running fast. Okay, so you're gonna run on over here. I'm gonna get up all in this guy's grill.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
I don't know if we need to do that on him, because I think this guy's gonna go down pretty easily. We may as well relocate the servo skull. Oh, we can only move it that so far. Okay. Can't move it far enough to be of use at the moment.
Target parameters for tech familiar unit.
Well, we can hit him with the bleed. Kibella will like that. And anything else to be done here? Not really. I'll medicate myself. Okay, Cyrene's turn at long last.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Drop a front line right here.
I'll see to it personally.
Blitz stratagem. We'll let everybody get up there real quick. Combat locust that. And we'll kill zone it just for good measure. I don't think it's going to matter at all, but you never know. I get
won't
in range there? I cannot.
my
Okay.
principles.
Then, who can we get closer there? We could try and get... Where's Kibella? Kibella went the other way. Oh, we'll try and get Solomon there.
Me it's a bad idea.
Yeah, let's just let Solomon go. Okay, so Solomon can run up here. Then he can drop his blitz stratagem to get as close as he can.
I'll take it as a priority.
Oh, fantastic. Look at this. He's there. Hi. Would you like a grisly adjudication?
It won't take long. The Lex is inescapable.
The Lex is inescapable. That was fun. Well, he could kill him with lightning. That might accidentally hit an ally. We don't really want to do that. So we can do Finest Hour again. Because Finest Hour is fun. Well, fuck it. I'm going to do Take and Hold because we're going to have multiple people up there in the next turn. So that'll be cool. I can also blitz into there and make use of that myself. Ain't that something? So why don't we run on over here? And I'm just going to not shoot him with a gun because I am going to shoot him with a gun. Fuck you.
Inevitable.
That was satisfying. She got to do it herself. Anybody to juice up with this? I guess the servo skull. Congratulations. Alright, Corrupted Guard. Oh yeah, there's still a guy here. Oh, there's Kibella. Oh yeah, because of course we had her run back because she already killed everyone on this side. Because Kibella's a monster like that. So what I'm going to do is ignore that one because we're going to do the same thing here. Yeah. Get over it. I'll be back for you in just a sec. And Blade Dance. Haven't used that yet.
Kill it.
Goodbye.
Brings me no pleasure.
And then we run on back.
Will see it done.
Acrobatic Artistry. Fun. And here's what's going to happen to you.
As on our order.
Target eliminated.
Needlessly excessive, but it was good fun. In the ensuing silence, a gurgling snicker becomes clearly audible.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see our guest is too alive. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start the gutting. Start the fun.
The ugly shambles that is Roldo's face dissolves into a semblance of a smile.
Cease your inane mutterings. You may open your mouth when you are asked a question.
And the answer had better be honest, and to the point, or I swear by the Lex, I will make you speak, or rather, whatever remains of you after I finish preparing you for the interrogation. Are there any other victims of your ritual that survived? No, and I didn't count the dead. The ritual is a complex one to perform, so it took Tavrisk and me a long time to calibrate it. Sorry, I had to cough. And you were the one it worked on. To think of all the possibilities that opened up. Using the Altar of Change, I could have worked my way up to the Lord of Terra. Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. What are you talking about? The very suggestion. The Proctor's voice resounds with fury. His steely fingers dig into Glido's collar. You sick degenerate. As my father used to say, if you've come a long way, keep going. I'm a dead man as it is, so I might as well dream a little. The Satium, what are its properties? This wretched little world held nothing worthy of attention save for the Satium. When I started having dreams about it, and about changing bodies, I thought I was going insane. And I shared this with my sculptor. And now, late Tavrisk, he helped me to understand the essence of the mineral. Experiments and studies followed, mostly carried out by Tavrisk. I don't have his gift, but oh, the things I could do if I were a sorcerer. In the end, he realized the Satium was a potent psi-focus. After 1,000 cursed attempts and a combination of powers, energies, and sacrificial victims, Tavrisk managed to create his finest sculpture from it. The Altar of Change, a magnificent artifact, a door to eternity. No more limitations imposed by our mortal bodies. No ailments, no injuries. If your flesh is worn, just swap it for new flesh. Don't like your lot in life? Choose from 1,000 others. No longer just a dream, but its most perfect realization. Immortality in stone. What? Yes. I know it's not an option. I've got my own life to live somehow. Why would I want to take on another? What was the point of that whole masquerade with the fake governor? The governor attracts too much attention, and I wanted my hands to stay untied. So I played the court fool. So I offered my court fool a fair bargain. He would become me, ruling the planet, living a good life, getting whatever he wanted while I would be out there flying towards the stars. We traded faces, clothes, and lives. And because I had gotten the local nobles into the habit of sewing other people's mugs on their heads, the switch went unnoticed. But the switch was only the first part of the deal. Naturally, I didn't mention the second part, the removal of witnesses. If someone is going to turn against you, the moment there's a knife at his beloved sister's throat, you can't afford to keep him alive. Roldo casts a hateful glance in Maeve's direction. Hold on. If someone is going to turn against you the moment there's a knife at his sister's throat, you can't afford to keep him alive. Oh. Oh, shit. So she thought Dane was the fool. He was the fool, so she thought this was Dane, not knowing that... Oh, man, that's rough. That explains the... Yeah, I was a bit confused a few times. This explains that quite well. I wanted to talk about your plan. What was your goal here, Roldo? The plan was simple and elegant. The Serra starts underpaying its tithe. The RBTs swallow the bait and send their messengers here. That's when I spring my trap. I change into the body of the arbitrator or proctor who lands here. Back up the altar, board the RBT ship, and wave goodbye to this ball of dirt swinging in the void. The rogue trader ship would have been even better, but greed has a way of spoiling a good game of regicide. Yeah, doesn't it? The plan has not changed, Vilroldo. The Undying One has whispered your name, and the execution of his will is nigh. Of course, this game involved one key piece, the embodiment of freedom of choice, my magnificent altar. So much accumulated potential from years of experimentation. It is damaged, but it still beckons, waiting to be used. Roldo looks you in the eye with a caustic smile. I advise you to keep it safe. Who knows how many thousands of lives it will claim if something happens to it, unleashing all that power. I have learned all I needed to know. You may execute the heretic Solomon. Since you're done, Solomon points his weapon, Roldo, you have committed unthinkable heresy, and I refuse to acknowledge you as a human being or read your verdict as befitting a criminal. You are a stain on Thessera's history, and it is time to wipe you from it. Although he executes the governor quickly, you see a fleeting expression of absolute disgust, perhaps even hatred, pass over the proctor's face. Maeve's back up. Maeve opens her eyes and immediately jumps to her feet at the sight of the bloodied corpse. She clenches her hands on her chest, and her eyes well up. He was not your brother, Maeve. The young woman nods meekly, and a single tear runs down her cheek. Her voice is hollow when she speaks. You're right. He was the one who doomed him. Found anything, Solomon? Yes. The data slate with the shipment chronicle that they spent so much time vainly searching for. According to the records, the tithe period is 1 Terran decade, and the quota prescribed is 1,000 cargo units. The governor withheld 100 units from each of the 5 most recent shipments. This means this world has no actual difficulty regularly supplying its tribute. We can consider that matter settled. Deciding what to do with the Caesertium is far more important. It is a resource we cannot afford to ignore. Solomon looks you straight in the eye. I propose destroying all the Caesertium already mined, as well as its deposits. Allowing an abomination like that to exist is against the Lex. As for assessing the decrees of Thessera's corruption and deciding its fate, the law prescribes leaving this to the judgment of the world's owners, that is, the Administratum. Master Killjoy, a Psyfocus is just a rock without a will of its own, a tool, like you. So what if some lunatic used it once for their deranged ends? It can just as equally serve a good purpose. Destroy the gold mine. Has the iron-jawed Ashmag lost his mind, Cyrene? We've got to start harvesting this wonderful mineral. In the name of the Imperium, obviously.
I don't think we're going to exterminatus the planet. A couple of, yeah, we could go heretic here. I don't think we should do that. Okay, it's cool you have 2 of each, except for the heretic one. This is an option, going dogmatic here. Okay, Iconoclast is cool. Or... Interesting. He's not gonna like this if we, No, we'll do this. I'm not gonna mess around with this stuff. It's a Psyfocus, but that means it's also warp infected. Even an inanimate rock can be dangerous. I agree that we must get rid of the Caesertium, but I will not inform the Administratum of its properties. It may result in the planet's destruction, and we cannot have innocents suffer because of Roldo's misdeeds. You are entitled to share any information you deem necessary with the Prefect, but I am duty-bound to make a report to the Marshal. I will tell him that the rogue trader has taken the Caesarians under her protection. I can hardly expect your will to be taken as negotiable. Awesome. Maeve looks up at you pleadingly.
My celestial lady, what am I to do now?
And not a sliver of remorse, just fear for her own skin. Do not be swayed by a criminal's tears. I have seen plenty of those, and they are worth nothing. Or, I should say, not worth more than a bullet.
I don't know if we can make her a governor. We're absolutely not going to kill her. I'm trying to rank servitors, for fuck's sake. If we put her in governor, that's going to end up badly for her. What can you do?
I can brew recaf. I can do sweet with foam of cream, or strong with special spices. I can dance, sing, carry scrolls and data slates.
Alright, and then you are coming with me.
Thank you, my celestial lady. You are my savior.
She's not fit to be a governor. Maybe she could grow into that role. Maybe she would get assassinated by one of the numerous other aristocrats that would love to do exactly that to take her place. I also don't think she would want it, personally. We'll employ her as like a servant or something. And make sure she's well cared for.
You're going to trust a heretic with brewing your recaf, and you ought to take a dozen local commoners along as well to taste anything that criminal has handled. Then Thessera's fate is decided, and there is no point in staying here any longer. The heretic mentioned that destroying the altar would risk deaths among the local population. Whether he was lying or trying to manipulate us is irrelevant. The abomination must be destroyed. As for any casualties, the Emperor will know his own.
Well, as you approach the damaged altar, you feel an unpleasant weakness. You hear a faint ringing in your ears as if the smooth surface of the stone is groaning from the wounds it has suffered. This is definitely corrupted. I think we're going to go with dogmatic. The sacred fire of my ship's orbital cannons will raise the palace to the ground before this cursed artifact can corrupt another soul. As you look up at the altar, the ringing in your ears intensifies for a moment. Rupturing your eardrums, the altar roars, threatening, promising to take thousands more with it, but you are deaf to its pitiful threats. You are interrupted by an anxious voice from the box.
Lord Captain, do you read? The shuttle pilots reported the rescue operations. Enforcers are on their way. What is your status? Are you alive? Come in.
I've had a very difficult day, Vigdis. Get me out of this blasted hole.
Copy, Lord Captain.
Moment of ringing silence, and then 1,000 shards pierce your mind. A familiar voice coils around your thoughts, drowning them out.
Are you leaving us without even conversing with me, child? Without even asking yourself how such a vivid soul managed to remain intact after wandering in the darkness's embrace and donning an disguise? Such rare luck for a mortal.
In the icy silence, you are struck with a series of incredibly lifelike recollections. You are not alone, and you never were. It was always there, in your shadow, in your blood, inside you.
Yes, Cyrene von Valancius. This luck is named the Edge of Daybreak. Had it not been for my sleepless gaze, your mind would have long since joined the mournful host of those who are no more. It was I who kept it whole and unharmed, for I could not allow such a radiant destiny to fall to some absurdity. But at times I do wonder, is it worthy of my protection?
I'd need no protection, demon. People are stronger than you think.
Naivety is a bold luxury. It is not to face the truth, child? The threads of fate will not obey your desire alone, but I can help you to grasp them once you are ready. Thankfully, I am generous. I give my chosen children time to understand. After all, human souls are so fragile.
You feel a sharp pain, and a trickle of blood runs down your temple. It's good to feel the Edge of Daybreak meddling again. It's been a little while. I feel like they sort of ignored that throughout the course of the main story. I mean, hints of it here and there, but nothing much. Doesn't attempt to communicate with us, so it's good they brought this back in with the DLC.
And their time is so fleeting.
The echo of the entity's voice lingers for a while, like the sound of distant thunder. Okay, distant thunder. Hopefully I managed to voice it decently well, and hopefully my microphone picked it up. Lore warp.
Over.
Shards of the monster structure emit a barely perceptible ringing sound, or is it the whispers of the otherworldly voices telling of change? Alright, let's quickly loot these people. Things. Wretches. Okay, nothing
I
of
always
much
keep
interest
my
here.
options
However,
open.
I bet Roldo's got something. Okay. Heavy Maul. If the wielder has a shield equipped, whenever they hit the target with this maul, they immediately make a shield bash against the target. That's cool, but it is very low damage. It's a much earlier game item, so we don't really need that. So he had a gun, Cruel Fate, also a earlier game item, unfortunately. That's okay. That's alright. We got plenty of good gear. Every now and then there can be like a trinket or something that isn't really level scaling. It's just, you know, it does what it does.
Is there money to be made?
It's either good or not. Who's this guy? Let me quickly grab this again. Okay. Not much. We're gonna grab everything from here and then indeed raise this planet, or at least raise the palace. Okay, Biomancer's staff. What's the staff level? Probably quite low. Level 6. We don't need that. Ditch it.
I always have a backup
How
plan.
much
I
loot?
have an eye for treasure.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Nothing so interesting. That's okay. We're here for the story. And we're pretty good. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. And I reckon this isn't going to be the end of it. I mean, it might be. This could be the extent of the DLC story. I reckon it's going to be a bit longer. But there's going to be a little bit more going on. After all, yeah, no, I'm positive there's more going on. There's been some stuff that we have not yet seen that was in the trailer for the DLC, so we'll get to that as soon as we can get to that. Anyways, this is where I'm going to end today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, do drop this video a like. That helps out quite a lot, especially in these trying times when I'm not able to post very often. Hopefully you guys are patient, or if you're coming into this series later, once it's all done, then it doesn't matter at all. Alright, everyone. Catch you in the next one. The Emperor protects, and Heritor out.